We're going to run back a saying I've been using a lot this week. You can't make this shit up, okay? After it was long past effective to make these concessions, all of a sudden, all the evidence starts to come out, and wouldn't you know, something funny was happening in Georgia. Okay. 1,634 non-citizens under investigation for attempting to register to vote in Georgia. Huh, weird. How about that? One of those highly contestable states with a upstanding Secretary of State who said everything is fine, don't bother looking, okay? I'm so sure of everything that I'm doing that's great that I recorded a confidential phone call, okay, with a sitting president of the United States in order to leak it out to the Washington Post in order to slander him and make for good talking points in the media until it became politically expedient in order to admit that, yeah, maybe some fuck shit was happening within my state. But let's get to this. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, God, it's been a minute since we've said that one, has referred 1,634 cases of non-citizens attempting to register to vote for investigation and potential prosecution. Now, I know what you might be saying. If you're taking a look at that, 1,634 investigations of registrations to vote, okay, what does that actually mean in the grand scheme of things? It's not enough to really make a dent in anything, okay, at the grand scheme of things, because this was a whole bunch of different counties across the state that's well populated and all that stuff. But these are the ones that they found, okay, years after, a year and change after there was a big fucking election. So why all of a sudden? Why now? Why now? Attempting to register to vote while knowingly being ineligible is a violation of Georgia law. Well, now it is, okay. Some election laws are a little bit more enforceable than other ones, I guess. There's an audit conducted by Raffensperger over the past few weeks. Wow, it's amazing how quickly you can just do an audit. Weird. But no. Everything was fine and everything was great. And we can't do a hand recount. Don't mind the big suitcase underneath the table. It's all fine. It's dandy. Which he said was the first of the state. Sorry, what? When you were asked to conduct an audit, you said that you were doing everything within your power, and this is the first audit of this kind to have happened in the state? Oh, you can't make it up. You just can't make this stuff up. Discovered attempts to register to vote by non-citizens in 88 of its 159 counties. Just 88, just a little over half. Don't worry about it. It's all fine. I'm sure it's just some of those backwater counties. It's not any of the big ones that are out there. Raffensperger, who has served as Secretary of State since 2018, and he's up for re-election again. Good luck, said in March 28th statement that the results indicated that Georgia's existing voting security laws worked. Oh, okay, cool, because none of the non-citizens managed to register to vote or cast a ballot. Oh, thank our stars, you figured out that there were some loopholes. But the fact that you found it leads me to believe that there's maybe a little bit more to this story, but you just got to leak this out from time to time. According to an April 11th statement by the Secretary of State's office, 69% nice of the attempts to register to vote were concentrated in just 5 counties. Okay, like I said, it's probably some of those borders with Florida, those inconsequential counties, right? Oh, DeKalb? Oh, no, that's important. Fulton? Oh, Gwinnett? Oh, Cobb? Oh, Clay? Oh, literally all of them. High populated areas, high dense areas with troublesome records recently. Oh no. Some of them occurred as far back as 1997 and others as recently as February. Cool. 80% of the 1319 of the attempted registrations had occurred since 2016. Huh. According to an April 11th statement, the people attempting to register were placed in pending citizenship status and are required to provide proof of citizenship before they can be added to the rolls and cast the ballot. Cool, but they still attempted it. Some of them didn't quite buy the high-quality fake IDs. According to Raffensperger, who I believe wholeheartedly, current election law pertaining to citizenship are being challenged in courts by Georgia Democrats as liberal states and cities around the country are changing their laws to allow non-citizen voting. I will continue to take steps to ensure Georgia's elections are executed with integrity, Raffensperger said in a March 28th statement. Leading the state's first citizenship audit of the voter rolls is an important part of that effort. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, pal. But why now? Why all of a sudden right now, huh? Maybe you have an election coming up for yourself and you want to make sure everything's on the up and up and you didn't quite care about any other elections prior to that. You've had the position since 2018, okay? Why now all of a sudden? Really gets the old noggin jogging, don't you think? But before we're all said and done, let's just take another victory lap for another failure. Oh, I'm sorry, Trump detractor who's just finally gonna call it a fucking career and finally retire. But this guy's kind of quasi-famous because his niece, I think it's niece, okay, is somebody that you might know. Fred Upton, a bag of shit, one of only a handful of Republicans in the House who voted to impeach President Donald Trump, has announced that he will not seek re-election in November. He's something like a 32-year mainstay in the House of Representatives. Even the best stories have a last chapter. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try that again one more time. Even the best stories have a last chapter. Yeah, but your book was of the quality of Twilight, so does it really much matter when or how you fucking end this disaster of a career? This is it for me. Thank God. I wish this speech was punctuated with one single gunshot. I've done the zillions of airline miles back and forth. That's nice. Cool. Just flout your elitism. That's wonderful. I've signed over 1 million letters, cast more votes, while in chambers here and accomplished what I said. Nobody cares, Fred. Fuck off. Due to redistricting after the 2020 census, Upton was facing a tight race with another Republican. Oh, God, that really sucks. I'm sure that was probably a much better Republican than you fucking RINO hack. Upton, who is part of the centrist Problem Solvers Caucus, a RINO enthusiast group, may have faced a steep challenge from the GOP matchup due to his decision to vote for Trump's impeachment. Yeah, because look at all of them who have fared oh so well. Anthony Gonzalez, not running again. Liz Cheney. Adam Kinzinger, not running again. We could go down the list even further than that. And look at all of those very safe and very secure positions that are still open there in the House. I forget everybody's name who's up there, but most of the critics are on the fucking way out. And old Uncle Fred is just one of the most recent ones. Throughout my career, I've learned lessons from my Reagan White House days. That's how long this hunk of shit has been around for, so thank fucking God. Reagan worked both sides of the aisle to get things done. Yeah, that's nice, because, you know, during those last couple of fucking shaky days, he didn't know which side, well, I should address. I don't know who I'm talking to. Well, and I made a promise that such a principle would be my guiding light. Oh, God, just go towards the light, Fred. Go towards the light. Hopefully civility and bipartisanship versus discord can not rue the day. You gotta talk to the other side of that asshole. Following Upton's retirement, Demi Dingle, seriously, praised Upton as a devoted lawmaker. Look at who he's getting the praise from. A Democrat. Wow. Always put the people he served first. Oh, that's nice. Oh, let's just take let's just take a little celebration lap there, because I don't give a fuck what this bitch has to say. In a statement, Trump applauded Upton's decision to retire. Applaud? Also, take a victory lap, let's be fair. Upton quits, Trump said. 4 down, 6 to go. Others losing badly, terribly, in fact. They're not very great people. They're dumb people, in fact. Some people would say, I would say. Who's next? Well, let's poll the room, shall we? Several Republicans who voted to impeach include Representatives Anthony Gonzalez, a Republican from Ohio, who you remember voted just about 10 points for Trump in 2020. Adam Kinzinger, God bless you, just don't cry too much on the way out. And John Katko, don't know who the fuck that is, a Republican from New York. He's going home to make sure that his wife's boyfriend has enough to eat. Announced earlier during the 117th Congress that they would not seek re-election in 2022. This isn't the Republican Party that I know. Republicans who have voted for impeachment have been fucking digging their own grave, while others have been default dancing up at the top. Liz Cheney, who serves alongside Kissinger on the January 6th committee, they say controversial, I call it a sham, has faced especially dire prospects. Let's have a laugh, shall we? In the January 22nd straw poll, 71 Wyoming GOP activists voted for their top pick for the GOP nominee in the one-district state. According to the Casper Star Tribune, 59 votes were cast for Trump-backed challenger Harriet Hageman. Cheney, by contrast, received 6. It's close. We're just going to be sweating it out in the primaries, right, guys? The other votes were cast for Wyoming state lawmakers. Adding to her troubles, Cheney hasn't seen her feet in years. Oh, I'm sorry. Cheney was censured by the Republican National Committee alongside Kissinger for her role on the January 6th committee, depriving her of the party's political and financial support, which we all know the Republican National Committee was all too willing to do because they like to keep all the money for themselves because Ronna McDaniel's Oreo fund cannot be topped up enough. Many Republicans see the retirements as another side as the tide turning against Trump critics. What tide turning? It's been that way since the fucking beginning, okay? It's just the establishment who's been late to catch on this stuff. You take the side, okay? Being a status quo establishment Republican, that ain't fucking popular, okay? The move of this party is to actually take a step back to the days when the Republican Party used to be an anti-interventionalist, a nationalistic, populistic approach, okay? It was the grand old party for a reason, because whatever fucking Bushites that are still left in this party need to be taken out and fucking airlifted out of this party, and thankfully, like Trump says there, 4 down, 6 to go. You goddamn right. And 2022 is the first step, and 2024 is the massacre. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.